Okay, so what I'm using, just want to make sure you see what I've got here. This, where is it? Here you are. This is Wooden Scenic's water effects. It's good stuff. I use this on my river to make the ripples and waves in the water. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this to make the waterfalls. So here's what we're going to do. About that long. I want them cut longer, made longer than what I'm going to need. So now I have 4 different sizes, so I should be able to cover anything that I want to make. Now I want to do one extra thing. So what I got here is some fishing string. And I had this idea, something just struck with me when I saw how this went. So what we're going to do, so what I'd like to do, don't know if it's going to work or not, but it's worth a try. What I'd like to do is take this, and I want to use fishing twine, fishing string, fishing line, because you can't really see it when you're at a distance unless you're right up on it. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to put some of this water effects on the string and make it look like drops on this, and make a whole line of this and just hang it and let it dry. And then I can add this to the falls in different places so that it looks like either driplets falling down from the top as another part. Okay, so but we'll tackle that next. Now I need a toothpick, and what we have to do is we have to tease it. That stuff's not done. All right, so we have this stuff pulled out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this. Make sure you can see, because I seem to have a problem with this. Okay. I'm going to take a toothpick here, a little toothpick, and I'm going to start pulling this down. And I'm just kind of lining through it. Try to keep it going in one direction like this. And it's okay if it gets longer, that's fine. But this gives us the look of water running. See, and then what I'm doing is I'm making some lines that are going all the way through it, and then a bunch of them that aren't. Okay, so what I've got here is a small clamp. Hang on to that, and then I can do this. And what I want is to squeeze out a little pile right there. Now, I don't know if this is going to work or not. Kind of want like that. So I have little blobs of this all down.
All of these family lines just feel like large incarnations of their truthful human shapes, and the family adopts heads occasionally, and this family has its own.
And like this fact that Tom, you would think it is Tom, but he doesn't think it's right, or he does want to protect Asgard. He just doesn't want to do it from Shadow.
Now what I don't want is any peaks in this. I want these to be as round as I can get them, because after all, they are supposed to be a facsimile of falling water. like that. And I can't model that on here unless I put a plastic backing. And I don't want to do the plastic backing because that limits what I can do with this stuff. So if I can do it like this, we'll give it a shot and we'll see what happens. Now I have to hang this and we'll let these dry. So until they're dry, this will be, gotta be at least a full 24 hours, if not more. These are what we're gonna go with. These will have to sit for another day. This one's almost dry. It's very see-through and it's very textured. So when we go to dry brush this will take the dry brush really well. So we'll just let these dry up some more. And then this one is thin like those others, but it's a little bit thicker, but it's thinner than these. The reason I did that, I made this one like it is because I wanted to have a filler so that I could connect multiple streams of water together, but not have a full out rushing water effect. More of a running water over the rocks. In some places I could cut this down. Now I already cut this off once. But the sun outside kind of melted it right back to the glass. So here we are again scraping. Okay. See, and it's just a thin, very thin sheet right here. Just a very thin sheet, and I like the water bubbles in it and all, and I think that'll work fine if you combine it with one of these like that, and you have the heavy water off a fall and then a thin sheet on another side. So I think that'll look really good. So there you go. And there are our candidates right there. That's what we're going to be using. So I have all my parts. You can see they're still not quite dry. There's still a little haze to these, just a little bit, but they can dry the rest of the way on the way out. That's fine. There we go. Alright, so there's all the pieces plus this thin one here. Alright, so we have all of those pieces to deal with, and one more over here. So that is going to be our waterfall. Okay, so I'm going to start with this fall right here. It's going to go from this point in the rock all the way over to this side. So I want to find one of these that's going to cover that. And this one seems to do it just fine. Like this. And I want it to come down to this rock. Okay. Now, yeah, I know it would be much easier if we just brought it right to the bottom, like this, and cut it off here, but I want to see it be multiple, so we're going to cut it off right there. So we need to take this and we need to cut it. And I'm just cutting this with scissors, and that's going to go just like that. So there's the first one. Like that. And then from there we can take this one and pour it in here like this. And then I think what I'm going to do is we're going to push we're going to use the water effects again as a glue. And we're going to glue these right in there. Like that. But I want to get them all fit in first. I want to make sure they're all fitting. And then we'll go back and glue them all in. So this one will go like this. Like that. And then we'll cut that off at the bottom here. Like that. So we want to cut that off right here. Like this. And that'll go like that. Now, when we pour the epoxy into the river here, we're going to pour a little bit down on here to kind of fill this in. Because, you know, this is going to be a slow moving waterfall. It's not going to be huge, fast water. And now we have the illusion of the water's a little slower here, a little faster here. And then we'll glue that in. And then of course when we pour the epoxy on the bottom, it'll all blend with this, and then we can use the water effects to make the water falling. It'll go like that. And then the string we have, here's the idea. So I want to take this string and I want to glue it right down the middle here, so it's like a trickle that runs down in between the two falls like this. See? And we'll do something like that. Alright, so now we need to start gluing some of this stuff in. Okay, so we have the water effects. Just have a paper plate here. I'm just going to squeeze a bunch in there. Okay. And then I'm going to use a toothpick to spread that around. So we know we need a bunch right here. Now we'll let that dry up. And when that dries, then we can come back and dry brush the falls so that, you know, we can make things that are white. Because that actually, in the picture here, doesn't look too bad. But like I said, everything that's white is going to dry clear. And we'll have to go back and decide what's going to be highlighted. Okay, so we didn't even use half of these pieces that I made. But it's good to have options and be able to go back and cut new stuff and get things going the way we want it to go. So we're going to call that done for now. We'll let that dry, and then we'll come back and see what we ended up with. So until then, we'll talk to you later.